Alright, hey gang! We are playing Sonic Mania today, which I'm really excited about. Look at that big animated Sonic. Like, this team knew how to make a Sonic game after so many others have tried and failed. So, some context for this before we get going. Sonic Mania is effectively Sonic the Hedgehog 4, in all but name. We'll watch this here as we chat. And it was made by the person who ported over Sonic CD to the PC. Who has been just hugely invested behind-the-scenes fan in the ROM hacking scene. Sega effectively gave the Sonic license over to him to make this game. And it is essentially a remix of all of the best parts of the classic 4 Sonic games, Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD.
So, Dream Element, chatting.
I am slowly tinkering with that. That's all it's going to do today. But I am looking into that for work. I really want the Stream Elements stuff to do cooler things, and to let you and Julianne and Karen manipulate the stream, in addition to just like all the overlay stuff can be controlled remotely. And I'm looking into that. I'm told, Dana, you are staticky. Would you say something, please?
Yes, hello. I mean,
I think you're okay. I do need to open my volume mixer, though. Something is up, and I don't think I can resolve it with my Stream Deck. I just want to see what the levels are at. Hi, Julianne. Nice to have you joining us.
Hi.
We'll get you in, too, as I fix this volume issue with whatever's going on.
I think Dana's doubled in Discord, if that makes any...
it unmuted me.
That doesn't make any difference to the stream, because I'm deafened on Discord.
Oh. Well, it worked for me. Sounds better on my end.
Well, I heard Ryan doubling, and it was because I hadn't muted the Twitch yet. 5 years in.
There's always something.
There's
too many
happens, right? There's way too many things. Julianne's way too big on stream right now. We're fixing that. There we
Hello.
go.
Okay, if Elizabeth is asking Julianne to guess...
what is
drinking.
Elizabeth Hamilton
Brand
drinking?
water, right?
Oh, nice.
Otherwise, it would have just been, hey gang, guess what I'm drinking.
So, what's fun, by the way, is this goes really deep into the Sonic back catalog. We're not going to pick a new game today. We're going to start on my cleared files where I can kind of jump around. Because we're not playing this whole thing in 2 hours, and I don't want to spend more than a week on it. But you can pick Sonic and Tails together, which does work in 2-player mode. Just Sonic, just Tails, and Knuckles. You can also pick Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel from the arcade game of Sonic the Hedgehog. Mighty is from Knuckles' Chaotix for the 32X. And they're both really fun, but they break the game in various ways. We're going to stick with Sonic and Tails today.
Every time we have to refer to French dressing water, just so people get that lovely image.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Oh, hold on. We can't, we do have to start a new game, apparently. Just enough to get our opening. Then we'll jump into Green Hill Zone here.
Previous week, I had a COVID exposure. Well, we all did.
Yep.
Then I got sick, but I tested negative 3 times. So, like, at some point, you're like, okay, I guess something else. And then on
Something
Twitter,
else.
Josephine woke up really congested. I think
Dana's also speaking fairly quietly right now, so I think it might be just where you're not used to the tone of voice that she's got. She sounds fine on my end, and therefore should sound fine on stream, because I'm beaming all of her to you.
Sounds quiet to me, too, for whatever that's worth.
Anyway, let's look at this. This is a kind of redux on the opening to Sonic 3 that starts us off here. And look, there's some Dr. Robotnik robots around. We know what to do, right? This is a Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Thank you for saying Dr. Robotnik and not Eggman. Like Koopa versus Bowser.
Right. Look, there's this new machine that has this weird gem. We're not going to be on Angel Island from Sonic 3. Instead, we're going to be warped, and then I'll load my other save file very quickly. Look where we end up instead. We have been warped in time to the Green Hill Zone, where Sonic got his start here. And again, for the sake of time, we're going to load my finished file. Alright, and go. This way I can be supersonic as well. This music and this stage is a remake of the Sega Genesis stage of the same name. One thing that's cool about this particular version of the game, I'm controlling both characters at the same time. So unlike, I can fly Sonic around as Tails, like I'm two people. So we have all access to both characters' movesets. Additionally, though I can, now that I've finished the game, I can choose which special move. I've not modified it right now, I don't think. So, in Sonic 3, if you press the jump button in midair, you would get an instant shield. And in Sonic CD, you could hold up and jump and get what was called a strike dash. I don't have either of those. I have the new drop dash, where if I hold jump and land in a ball, I instantly shoot off. Just helps me keep the momentum going. You know, if I wasn't terrible with this. Alright.
Rings!
So what counts as the original Sonic is always been kind of up for grabs in a weird way. Also, the portals are the Sonic 3 bonus stage now. And this game wrestles with that in really interesting ways.
Whoa. It's like the airship. Final Fantasy VI, obviously. Duh.
Nah, lose. Alright. The animations, I don't know if the stream can tell. All of the animations are at 60 frames a second now, and all of the interstitial animation frames that you would need to make that happen are now present. Unlike the original Sonic the Hedgehog games, the rings animate just a little bit more smoothly, as does this lightning shield. And Sonic himself, if you watch the feet, they never actually blur out in this version.
Not as fast. Clearly. That's how that works.
And
Sonic
I can also...
music is always like video, like I don't know what genre to say other than Sonic, like video game music. That's one of those things that always confounds me.
This is like it's the FM synthesis that the Genesis does. It feels gamey and like from the arcade as opposed to sample based. Sonic is like an electric instrument. And I mean that about the music and kind of about him as well, as I jump around with my lightning shield of killing everything.
Yeah.
And the other new feature to this game is I have all the emeralds. I could be supersonic right now if I wanted to. That used to be triggered on any double jump. Now I have to hit a second button. It's like blasphemous for the Sonic franchise. But I can control that now. And I'm purposely leaving the Green Hills music intact. Because it's awesome. We'll get plenty of opportunity to be supersonic later.
Supersonic. Did a wild Dana appear and then disappear on Discord? And maybe Skype.
Dana appears frozen on Skype. I'll check that after this level.
There's no Dana.
Only yeah.
Jewel, yeah. So did everyone go to Ludo for 2 seconds? We had our illustrious keynote today. Woo.
Yes, and that's why Karen is not joining us, actually, because she did an amazing job with the keynote address.
We gave her a break.
She's taking a break, that's right.
We gave her the day off. And I showed it to my students, so I watched it twice. Well, almost all of it twice.
Nice. I actually have not yet caught up and seen it. I took Dana off the stream for now. If I hear her on Skype, I'll put her back in.
I think if you were on the West Coast, you had to wake up, it was like 1 a.m. or something that it started.
Yeah, it's wild.
So you'd have to stay up late and...
One of the weird quirks about the Sega Genesis, by the way, everything on the screen right now is rendered authentic to the Genesis with one exception. And it's that Sonic's shield has true transparency effects on it right now, and lighting. You can see, like, his body changes. The Genesis could not do that. There's no hardware transparency on the Sega. Also, I am old enough that this is simply the Sega.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't speak to the experience of everybody, of course. But for me, it was a very, like, race-driven thing in my neighborhood as a kid who owned what system. White people tended to own a Super Nintendo, and all of my black friends owned a Sega Genesis. I do not know why that is the case, but it was demonstrably the case for me. Mm-hmm. And I've always wondered if there was something like the tie-ins with Michael Jackson. I don't know. Notice that we have a different cover, by the way, of the Green Hills music. It's a little slower right now. This Act 2 one's just a tiny bit more nostalgic than the first cover.
Hello, Pete. What? Yeah, I didn't have any... My entire neighborhood was white. And I didn't have any friends, so I can't speak to what my...
Oof.
The racial demographics of the early NES and Sega in my neighborhood. I did have friends, but like they didn't play games because it was like such a boy thing, and then I was like too embarrassed to be like, yeah, I play video games. It was a whole thing.
Alright, for the sake of triggering it once, by the way, I'm going to try to avoid it unless I need it. Here's the supersonic music.
Yayo.
I love that his hair in this version stands up tall like a Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan, which is where that comes from.
Yeah.
And you notice how he doesn't run, he just like dashes around. But the reason I activated it is because Supersonic can jump up high enough to just get this guy, who is the last boss of Sonic 2. I can just like take him out now. Now the stage is over.
Yay.
We don't have to waste a lot of time with the boss. Thanks, Tails. You're awesome.
Sonic got through.
And what's fun about this is now we've done Sonic 1. And we are going to go chase down that Time Emerald. We've got this guy who's not Dr. Robotnik. Dr. Robotnik's trying to get the Emerald from them. There's competing forces here, and we're going to be warped ahead. What's the most iconic stage from Sonic 2? Spoilers, it's the Chemical Plant Zone. And away we go. This is one of the tracks, by the way, This is before Michael Jackson's involvement, but this is the track that makes me think, of course Michael Jackson wants to get in on this franchise.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
A weakened Dana appeared.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel terrible. So
Oh.
I reinstalled the driver on my Motu thing.
Dana, do you want us to leave you off camera?
No, that's fine. I did my
Do you want
makeup.
us to feel low? Okay.
Okay, we'll put you back
Makeup
in.
specifically to be on this stream. I'm not gonna waste it.
There you go. I didn't mean it that way, of course. Alright. There we go, now Sonic's back on the stream as well.
Good
Ah.
remix of this.
I'm gonna find a Sonic background.
I have that blue table now in the room. That's very Sonic colored. It's actually
There you
like
go.
exactly the same color.
I never played any Sonic except a little bit of the one on GameCube. Oh, Sonic Heroes? I don't know.
So you never played any of, like, what is considered the good Sonic
The good
games?
ones.
Correct. I'd never had and my 0 friends had Sega system, and then yeah, never caught up. But I always liked the music.
It is good music. Do I sound like shit still? I mean, other than the sickness?
Your health-wise, absolutely, but your vocal quality is incredible now.
Okay.
It sounds a lot better. Like I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Folks.
It's like we've spent too much money on my tech for it to not sound okay.
Yeah, the tech sounds very good. I'm just worried about you.
Oh, yeah. Well, so, had the COVID exposure, then didn't test positive at any point, despite... Oh, yeah, I don't want to turn up the gain on the mic. It'll sound terrible, so I'll talk right into the mic.
Yeah, oh no.
Give Julian those ASMR vibes. But who would you rather have do that to you than Dana Plank, right? Like,
I know. I feel comforted by Dana.
The dulcet tones of my terrible voice.
You sound very good sick. I'm kind of jealous, honestly.
Yeah, so, I thought it was COVID. It wasn't testing as COVID, even though, I was having, like, just exceptional amounts of fatigue over nothing. Like, I would get winded going down the stairs kind of fatigue, and that sounds very COVID-y to me, but...
yeah.
But, when you're not testing... And I had, like, body aches and headaches that weren't really responding to, like, ibuprofen, so that was the past couple weeks. And then, Easter, Josephine woke up, like, really congested. I mean, I think it's either cold or, like... I thought it was allergies initially. Like, she's not feverish or really having other symptoms, but it seems to have now taken us all down because Joe had it earlier in the week, and today I woke up and I was like, oh no, my throat hurts and I'm like congested, and I was like, great, I just got over like the not COVID and now I have whatever this is. Yeah, so it's like it'll be going on like a month of this crap.
So the basic model for Sonic Mania, and we're seeing it very much here. We only got a glimpse the first level. Listen to the music. We have like a big, obvious remix that's not just a tribute to the original that's updated, right? The first zone was very faithful, even though some of it was slightly updated to work on modern technology. This is clearly like an overclocked remix style remix of the Chemical Plant Zone. And you'll notice that gameplay-wise, now we have this blue ooze to work about instead of the original purple slime. That's coming back. The gameplay itself will also be a giant remix. So now we have this colored slime to deal with.
You're like injecting stuff.
I like how you said blue ooze, but then there's purple slime. Got the assonance going on there. Unless it's actually called blue ooze.
Yeah, I don't know.
Secret of use.
Boink.
Yeah, this track
Hello.
has always been my favorite. I've actually used it as like a cell phone alarm, like to wake up in the morning, because it's just like that'll get you up, you know.
It's very energetic.
There are very few tracks that are in my mind are more Sonic the Hedgehog than the
Yeah.
Chemical Plant Zone track.
Yeah, I actually this is on the short list of multi-tracks I'm gonna do.
Nice.
I have a really
Just
killer
so
arrangement of
joyful.
it, so I just need to actually record all the parts. But it's funny how that project kind of got halted as Josephine got louder and more like mobile. Because it's like, well, I can't record during nap time, right?
Right.
So
She
like,
unlocked
when
new
else
levels.
is there a quiet enough time to do it? Need like an isolation chamber. Do my recordings so we don't have the baby being like, ah!
I mean, put it in there. Honestly, track it in. Slice of life.
Pitch shift it and make it one of the voices.
Yeah.
Just like Gene and Bob's Burgers, how he's always like sampling stuff on his little MIDI keyboard.
Nice.
I'll just have little Josephine sounds.
Yeah.
Put them at every pitch. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is a slappable track. It's not.
Yeah.
Not how that works.
And I've
I
mentioned
wanna slap it so hard.
I'm gonna purposely try and avoid using Supersonic as much as possible because I want to hear the music, right? For bosses, I might bring it out
in
though.
levels that aren't Chemical Plant. I give you permission to do it, just not in this song.
Well, what's this music?
Oh, that's the invulnerable music. Now we're back to the normal
Okay.
Chemical Plant.
Me and my Sonic ignorance.
It's like the Starman music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stallman.
So funky. It really does have Michael Jackson vibes, though. Like, I can see this being the one that was like, oh yeah, this game.
It's got the good horns. It's got the good bass. Like, sounds like the 80s, 90s, early 90s.
Sonic was never more important as a character than in like 1992.
That's very true. He does what Nintendo don't. Well, Genesis.
The
did,
Genesis
but-
does, that's right. But remember that we
Sonic
identify.
was
Oh, look at this.
more
The boss for this level is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. This game knows Sonic the Hedgehog.
But it's like Dr. Mario.
It's Puyo Puyo. There was the Puyo Puyo clone for Genesis was Sonic themed.
Fun.
And so if now you have to
that's
fight
fun.
the boss by playing Puyo Puyo.
That's adorable.
That's cool.
Also, Sonic's sprite work in this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Sonic, I think of that
Aw, they link
that
together.
ad about Nintendo, and I think of chili dogs, and
Yep.
both versions of the cartoon from the 90s.
Look, I'm gonna stick
good
him.
one.
He's gonna lose,
The
and
good
I
one.
win now.
He's so bad. Yeah. Stinks. Oh my god, ouch. Why did. Okay. Sonic got through. Ugh, this is like me every day in the last part of the semester. I just need this at the end of every class.
The
You
got
get a
through.
Screen grab and then change
Julian
Sonic
got-
to Julian got through.
So now we get a
Like in
new
that
level.
font.
This does not have a reference to the original.
Ooh.
So we get a new
It
world.
looks very 90s.
I think they got the vibe very well. Check out this cool silhouette thing for the TV studio level.
And the music, I mean it. Yeah. And then we've got the elements from like the casino levels and stuff. Ooh,
Yeah,
jazzy piano solo.
This is our Casino Night Zone replacement.
Yeah, which is good because Casino Night isn't really that good.
I think it's overrated, honestly. Like, the mechanics are tremendous, but the level itself is only great except for that one giant slot machine.
So we had a Sega, but we didn't have a ton of games for it. I think, my brother tended a little more, like, he was more interested in JRPGs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but we had Sonic. We had, what else did we even have for the Genesis? A lot of it I ended up playing, like, emulated later on.
If you had a Sega Genesis and not the Sonic games, like, you were doing it wrong.
Yeah, it was pretty much like
That would be really
the
interesting.
first few, Sonic and Knuckles. And then, like, I played, but, like, not extensively. I had played stuff like Captain Comics, the Comic Zone. Hello, I'm sick.
I don't know.
I really liked the style of. My brother and I tracked down Michael Jackson's Moonwalker because that was a novelty. It's like you kind of had to know what that game was about, right? And for anyone who hasn't played it, it's something else.
It's kind of wild, yeah.
Yeah, you rescue children from, like, various creatures, like mob bosses and stuff. And then when you, like, open the closet door and they, like, pop out, they go, Michael!
It's bad in retrospect. It's...
Bubbles the chimp will, like, sit on your shoulder at the end and, like, point to the boss and, like, lead the way. And then you fight the boss with dance moves.
Well, that's good.
And the music is all, like, really good Genesis arrangements of various Michael Jackson hits.
Yeah.
So, like, they have, like, a zombie level and it's Thriller.
I've been moving pretty fast through this, so I don't know if people have been able to tell. Instead of casino, this is TV studio themed, which I think works pretty well for Sonic.
Mm-hmm. There, yeah. There's your TV.
Sonic the Hedgehog news, live on TV. Listen to this music.
Okay.
Eggnog.
Hold on, I'm not losing 160 rings. Sorry, team.
It's basically Dark Souls.
Exactly like Dark Souls. Oh, that guitar solo is so great.
This is a really good Supersonic theme.
Yeah.
And this is a cool boss to use it on, because, like, this is actually pretty hard otherwise. It just trivializes it.
Yeah, this is really well done. This feels like the original Sonic games. Sonic,
There we go.
So when Ryan was like, "Hey, let's stream the Sonic game," my comment was, "Is it one of the good ones?" Because I don't know, we all like Sonic is just one of the most wildly inconsistent franchises ever.
Yes, I agree with that entirely.
And then when he was like, "Oh yeah, it's in conversation for one of the best. It is, has the feeling of everything that was great about the original ones." I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's not Sonic Adventure."
So,
But,
which
like,
one of the Sonic Adventure games do you think is bad?
Any? I don't know. I just think the Sonic Adventure games are really clunky. Gameplay wise. But to Sonic's credit for its many awkwardnesses and failures, it often plays with format and genre, because there are some Sonic games that, you know, have more like, I'm not thinking of the right words, like just the gameplay. It's not always the style.
It varies a lot.
Would you call this platforming? It's like running.
It's still a platformer. The focus is more on horizontal movement than on vertical per se.
Yeah.
But like this is still a platformer any way you slice it.
Cool. Yeah, so they, you know, it excels when it does good platform level design or you know, running platforming level design. But they've done other ones where there's more like almost like JRPG elements or you know, puzzle games, things like that, and you have to appreciate that the team is like kind of always willing to experiment with the property, versus like the Nintendo ones where they kind of play it safe. Like there's an ensured quality to pretty much any Mario game that comes out for the most part. I don't know. It feels like they're a little more experimental with Sonic, but sometimes it works and sometimes it really doesn't.
Hold on, I gotta get up there again and try that out. There we go.
Oh no! Real.
There we go.
Sonic was like a platformer that really early on mastered this, like, the kind of exhilarating feeling of fast-moving platformers. Mm-hmm. And like the kind of amusement park roller coaster aesthetics that a lot of video game platformers
try
to get to. Like Super Mario World got into doing more of the flight stuff.
Yeah.
A little later on. Ooh. Oh, that's fun.
Right.
See, there's some casino left in here.
Yeah. So
that's just fun. And also the arcade, like this pinball stuff going on.
Right. Yeah, they've retained it without some of the pinball in the original casino levels was annoying to navigate.
Yeah.
So it's like they have a hint of it, but it looks like the gameplay on that isn't so annoying. Oh, look at the chicken. Is the chicken gonna tell the weather? That's amazing. Yeah, good game feel. I mean, anyone who's ever played like a bad platformer.
Yeah.
And I don't know that much about like code-wise, you know, what makes something feel right. Obviously, there's going to be tweaking and play testing and back and forth to sort of get to that feel, but I imagine that's pretty well understood at this point.
Developing a really good, unique character controller is extremely tough on the programming side of things, right? And good game feel is kind of the way it's talked about, right? If anybody's looking to learn that, I will note that Celeste has open sourced the character controller for Madeline.
Oh.
And that's a good character controller.
Nice.
She really does. For as hard as that game is, like it feels wonderful to play.
We shoot from the TV studio, by the way, to this stage, which was originally made for Sonic 3, but got delayed to be out on Sonic and Knuckles instead, or the other way around, or the order was changed. But it was in a different spot in the Genesis games than originally intended. And there's also 2 different color palettes you can choose in the remastered fan versions of Sonic original trilogy. But so it makes sense that the remade stage in the originals shows up here to represent Sonic and Knuckles, which otherwise has no significant independent representation in Sonic Mania.
I always liked the intro levels of Sonic, and Sonic and Knuckles is a good example because it's that Angel. What was it? Like Angel Hill Zone or
Angel
something?
Island is the Sonic 3 intro stage.
Oh, is that? Oh, no, the one I'm thinking of in Sonic and Knuckles that I love is like the mushroomy forest one. I loved that level as a kid.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, like all those games, they always had a great intro level. And I had a friend growing up that she wasn't a particularly good gamer. She loved these games, but she was like the type that would only play the first level and then hand off the controller to anybody else.
Yeah.
Or she would just start over and play the level again. Like, she never wanted to play the other ones. So I also just, like, with these games in particular, have the memory of not getting much further than the first level. Because I often played it with that friend.
This transit, by the way, you'll notice it's required twice, is straight out of Sonic or classic games that require that exact transfer to finish the stage. There was a moment like that in the chemical plant as well, that like the gameplay moment from the stage was in Sonic Mania for us.
What is the theme of this level?
This is the flying battery level. You're in Robotnik's big space thing.
Space thing. Flying battery.
Yeah, you're like storming his airship.
Oh, there we go.
Ouch.
Yeah, I like that you fall a little bit there, so you have to like time it really carefully.
Bow, bow, bow.
I've been tempted to start like another Instagram account that is just my Animal Crossing, like Happy Home, Paradise, etc. I'm really proud of my interior design, y'all. That's also something like maybe I could stream with capture card and like just take people on like tours. Like here, let's
Oh yeah,
go
for
visit,
sure.
Let's go visit the houses I've designed. It's just so good. Oh, yay! Yeah. So, for those that don't really know, the new Animal Crossing, not new at this point, a few months old, Animal Crossing DLC, you meet all the NPCs on this island, and they want these vacation homes, but they give you a theme that you have to follow. Later, I think when you've done enough, you have a point where you can say like, "Oh, I have ideas for your vacation house," and then you can just basically do whatever you want. But I always follow the theme because I like the challenge of like having to do different things.
All right, I don't love the boss theme, and I want to win. So again. There we go.
Loghouse in FF7. What was the one in 8? There was like the Cactuar. Anyone play Final Fantasy VIII on PC and know what I'm talking about? Where there was like the bonus game that was outside of the game that you had to play?
You're talking about the little Pocket Station Chocobo adventure game. Yes.
Was it Chocobo Adventure? Why did I think there
It
was
is.
a
It's
Cactuar in
Chocobo. It's Boko the Chocobo in black and white from Final Fantasy V.
Right. I was not very good at it. But yeah, I played 7 and 8 on PC. I don't know if that came up when we did those streams.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that like we have that nobody else does.
Yeah.
Do you know who else played 7 and 8 on PC, or at least 7, is Sharik, Darksword.
Nice. Yeah, it just became a point where, you know, my brother is 5 years older than me, but he still like didn't have unlimited money to just keep buying consoles. And so PC gaming was kind of an easier way to access games for a while. But that's also why I missed like the N64 era and GameCube and a lot of that generation.
Now, did you... Oh, I was busy getting hit by this chicken with a tank. Did you notice that the music has transitioned to being outside really neatly there?
No, I didn't notice. Wait.
I ordered so much tea recently from a company that I got talked into on Instagram. The algorithm knew me too well during the pandemic. But I've loved. It's called August Uncommon, and I've loved all of their whole thing is that they do these like really unusual flavor pairings of their blends. So it's like, you know, most tea companies, it's like, okay, they have like an Earl Grey and they've got a green. And
on
like,
tails.
they kind of always do the same flavors over and over again, but all of the ones from this company are like really bizarre.
Huh.
And
I love a bizarre tea.
yeah, you know, where it'll be like, one of the ones I got has like dried banana and like smoke and something. Like it's like smoky banana. I was like, okay, that could be revolting, but I'm gonna try it because the samples are small enough that if I hate them, whatever.
Yeah.
The one I'm having right now it's like a black tea with chocolate and chili, so it's kind of like a spicy mocha
Mexican hot
situation.
chocolate.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. So I put it in hot. I made the tea and then I added hot chocolate to it. So now I have like the best of both worlds.
Nice.
So good. I actually sent a picture of all the teas to, well, you guys earlier, but also to Will. And I was like, which one should I make? Because I had sent him a bunch from the same company. And so,
nice.
like, chat about what teas we're making. Yeah, well, he'd had such a rough time moving into his new house. And I was just like, he needs like comfort.
Yeah.
Having to do a bunch of renovation like right after you move in due to
or waiting to move in.
Yeah.
You know, not to throw out all his personal details, but it was a hard time.
It was a hard time, so I sent him a bunch of tea, and yeah. So now I'll be like, which one should I try?
Nice.
But yeah, I got some really interesting ones this time around. There's like a lemongrass pineapple barley one that I'm intrigued about.
Nice.
I'm also always in search of like decaf ones that don't suck, because a lot of like rooibos and herbal teas are very samey. It's like, okay, you got your peppermint, you know,
Right.
you got your like lavender, like
get it.
chamomile.
Your herbal tastes like an herb.
Yeah, they're kind of always the same few flavors. So they have a really interesting one. Also got barley in it. It's like cocoa, barley, and something else. And it's actually a historical, like, it's called, is it Demeter or Demeter? The Greek goddess. Cult of Demeter, I guess. And it's
I learned that from Hades. I think they say Demeter.
They do?
Yeah, I think so too.
I used to Demeter. Like,
yeah, when I was younger, I definitely thought it was Demeter. But it's based on like something that her followers used to drink. The barley represented like the harvest, and they would just make this like infusion and drink it. And so this tea is sort of like based on reading that. They made a blend that was inspired by the same flavors, and it's awesome. It's like my favorite caffeine-free tea at the moment.
So, following our theme of knowing old Sonic, this mechanic with the electricity here comes to us from the Wacky Workbench stage of the Sega CD game.
Is driving music. Yeah, Hades is great. There's a whole session on Hades at Ludo this year. I don't know if y'all saw.
Unfortunately, I missed it. Today I taught...
Did it already happen?
Damatir? I'm looking at chat. Also, spelling it out in Greek. Congrats.
Damatir.
I appreciate that. Having had to memorize the Greek alphabet to join a sorority in undergrad. That's my exposure to the Greek language. Just being able to recite the alphabet. Did they make you do that, Ryan, for your fraternity?
Oh, yes.
As a pledge?
Yep.
They would just like, I don't know, the members could like test you on it and see how you were doing. 'Cause
Actual garlic bread has entered the chat. Oh,
what a great name.
I want it. It's a great name.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, your thesis is on Hades. Yeah, you're gonna find lots of good stuff there.
I would read the hell out of that thesis. The Hades out of that thesis. Okay. But this sounds great. Yeah. Great game.
Can we talk about how smart it is to have a robot that's the pinball? Like the Robotnik boss?
Yeah, the bosses have been cleverly designed, because in the original games they were kind of just jump on them 3 times, right?
Sonic was an 8 hits game, but yes.
Well, okay, but yeah, it was very, like, same in every level.
That's very well, actually. Yeah, but that's, I don't know, sometimes that's like comforting. That's a comfort boss when you just just know what you have to do. You just have to jump on them X amount of times.
Unlike me crying in Ocarina of Time, how many hits does this guy take?
Where's this? Yeah.
And then you tell me, and it's like 18, and I'm crying.
Right, 18's too many.
Yeah. This is something I definitely agree with Joe on, where it's just like, once and I think Ryan, you've said similar things about like once you figure out the pattern, you shouldn't have to replicate it over and over and over. You should maybe do it 3 to 5 times.
Once you've seen every move the boss has twice, yes, that's my philosophy. This boss is an exception. You notice you have to use the pillars to fight this boss. You have to knock him into the spikes. And that takes a while to figure out, because he starts out as immune, right?
He looks so happy.
Ugh.
But I think I'm looking at things that aren't his eyes.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, Hades is a great game to do a thesis on.
Agreed.
I never wrote a master's thesis, so.
Me neither.
So I don't know what I would have done.
But I wrote a undergraduate thesis.
Yeah, same.
Oh, not me. Just the masters for me.
Well, because I wanted to go into musicology, and so writing an undergraduate thesis was to kind of have a writing sample for applications, but it was also to get the music history concentration on top of violin performance.
Yeah.
They were like, well, most of the stuff is the same coursework, so maybe we'll just have you take a couple more lit courses and then do a thesis. Because I wanted to do both.
I've talked about this a lot of times, but we had to write. It was not like an honors thing. Like, you had to write a senior thesis, every single student, no matter what, in order to graduate. And I really didn't want one to write it. I knew I wasn't going to grad school. I was like, why?
Oh yeah, you knew that,
you knew
huh?
you weren't going to grad school, huh?
How'd that work out for you?
Oh my god. So, better for worse, that was a life-changing experience, doing a senior thesis. Because I was like, oh wait, this is actually cool. Like, this is interesting and fun. And it was on video games.
There we go, here.
Yeah, mine was on a motet by Josquin du Pré. So, I was at an early music school. And I wanted to be David Rothenberg at the time, because he was my exposure to, like, wow, music history. It's such a cool field. And, I don't know, he was a very, like, his enthusiasm for the subject matter was really contagious, which was cool, because early music could be a slog for the conservatory students, because it's just not what they perform, what they're very familiar with. So he just brought so much joy to how he would talk about it.
This stage is also a new stage, incidentally. And I think it might be the weak stage in the set.
Well, it's a water stage, so. Oh yeah, it's nice to go back to stuff and be like, you know what? If I were grading this and this were my undergrad, like, I'd give it an okay grade.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd give myself an A.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just an easy grader,
really
so I'm
nice
sure I would have
symbols
given
in mine.
myself an A.
Has some really neat little kernels in mine. It's not like it was groundbreaking or anything, but it was, you know, a nice, like, okay, the the motet I looked at used a text from the Aeneid, and so I was kind of looking at like why that text, you know, and how is it used, and it's like real simple.
Yeah, I might actually bounce us forward one level beyond this, because I can. So we can keep hearing our...
I don't want to talk about indexing right now.
Yes, this is what I want. This is...
Oh, I love this.
This is Stardust Speedway from Sonic CD.
I like the track.
And this track is pretty faithful. Remember that like we were all about CD quality audio on the Sega CD? And this track is what we had for the past edition of the Starlight Speedway Zone.
What is this level? Like Greek Christmas?
Greek Christmas.
What is happening?
Opa.
Because it looks like like holly. Now I'm gonna be like, Karen, is this medievalist? Go.
So,
there's
in terms of Sonic lore, Julianne,
there you go.
Starlight Speedway got merged with Sonic 3's Marble Garden. This mechanic here, and the pulley ropes are from the Marble Garden Sonic 3 stage. And some of the architecture is as well, like the Greek harp lyre thing underneath me right now, comes from Marble Garden. So they've mixed the two areas together.
We got some bardic knowledge.
I like the Saturnalia reference by Sigma Beta, because that is basically the Roman Christmas. Close enough.
Oh yeah, whoops.
Roman same time of year as Christmas anyway.
See, check this out. We've saved the past now, and therefore generated this vine set for us that we'll use shortly. Oh, it's...
What? Video games are so weird.
I know.
That's why they're so fun.
Workable contracts require you to provide 3 days of hard labor on your lord's lands for harvest season. 3 masses for him to go on a campaign against the Saxons, and they still won't market you. Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, y'all know in ancient Egypt, it was believed that you owed the gods work in the fields in the afterlife, right?
You have to farm in the afterlife?
It's almost, I mean, it's kind of equivalent to like how we think of like a purgatory. Like basically, you owe some labor in the fields, and then you get to get on with the afterlifing. And what's really funny about it is that it was owed to the gods, but you didn't necessarily have to do it. So if you're in a museum and it's got Egyptian artifacts, you'll sometimes see these little tiny figures that, you know, they look like little sarcophagus dudes, and they're called shwapti or shopti figures, and they are basically imprinted with a little contract that basically says the figure agrees to do some of your labor for you in the afterlife. And so if you were really rich, you would just get a zillion of them.
Oh my, lazy rich people. I love it. Oh my god, capitalism.
But even folks of more modest means would have at least a small set of these figures made, and obviously like the level of decoration and detail improves as you get richer. But yeah, this
is amazing.
There's everything good about that.
There's a tiny little gem tucked away in London, at University College London. They have a little like Egyptian archaeology museum, and it's just like in one of the academic buildings. And of course I found it because I'm a nerd and I wanted to do something that wasn't in all the guidebooks.
Scheisse.
And it has like 40,000 objects from different digs, but it's a lot of like kind of smaller scale stuff that wouldn't be in like the British Museum where they've got the big, you know, showstoppers. These are like pieces of clothing that have survived. They have the oldest known surviving like dress, and you can see the linen, and it's like incredible, and all these like little papyrus fragments, and they actually have a whole wall of those figures, and that was my favorite thing. I have a lot of pictures. But yeah, I mean, preparing, for the afterlife and the way that you would leave all the things you would need in the tomb, including like food and stuff, preserved food, so that your soul would have stuff to eat.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the wooden part of the sarcophagus, that you'd put the other sarcophagus inside. The wooden outer part would have the eyes painted on the side, and the idea was that your soul could like look out through there.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, watch this. We're gonna get a cool Sonic
be, like,
CD
locked in.
reference. This was the moment this went from like a really good Sonic game to my favorite one.
Ryan, we have a speedrunner in the chat.
Future.
And they are saying you didn't do the fastest way through
No, I did not. I don't know the fastest ways through the levels.
We're trying to listen to the music. Can't you tell it's what we're talking about this whole time?
So, speaking of which, look, now we are in the present. No more Greek architecture. Now it's all like neon because Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's so neat. This is, yeah.
But we've traveled forward in time now to the present. And
we've got like, is this a big like flugelhorn? What is happening? What is all this? There's so many horns.
I bet it's a flugelhorn, Julianne.
It's absolutely a flugelhorn.
That's the first thing most game designers think of when they're doing the music.
Guaranteed.
We really need some more flugelhorn up in here.
Right, in this baller jazz track.
I mean, physically, no, I mean, artfully, visually, what's the word? There's lots of horns. Like, we're all in, like, these valves and stuff. Like, what is this? I'm not even listening to the music, obviously, because I can't stop talking about it. Oh, that was cool. Fireworks. Yeah, let's not got
dark in the chat. Let's not compare the afterlife to tenure track jobs, please. Is there no rest for anyone?
Well, you can't get tenure, so you have to go work part-time. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like if farmers probably feel this way about being like, I die and then I still have to be a farmer. Like, I guess that's us. You die and you still are fighting for tenure.
Honestly, I think everybody should just get one of the jobs that I have, where I'm not tenure track, but I'm paid extremely reasonably well. I have a reasonable and engaging workload, and like my job.
And you're renewed, like there's this expectation of constant renewal, right?
Yes. Officially, I am hired on a year-to-year basis, but like, I would know by now if I wasn't going to be rehired.
Great. Private sector.
Now check it out. This boss, just like Sonic CD, is going to be a race.
Whoa, the background turns.
Yes, we are rotating around a giant tower now.
This is Star Fox. Everything is Star Fox because I
Will you start doing some Star Fox impressions, please?
I did this once on stream, and that's my whole personality.
Yes.
Sigma Beta. Go back to Final Fantasy 14 with that. What? We were all in a hot tub last night in Final Fantasy 14.
In the
Nice.
game? You were just sitting in the hot tub?
In the game, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I should probably have a sit in mine after this. That'd be really good to clear up my...
You have a real hot tub. What a flex.
It's true. It's one of the greatest things. It's definitely not something we would have ever found like the money to put in, but buying a house that already had one in it
works out
well. And then Joe just looked up how to maintain it properly. Make sure it's at the right pH to be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier than a pool in that regard.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot smaller surface area.
Been house hunting, and a lot of houses have pools, and I'm like, I don't want a pool because I don't want the responsibility. But some of the most reasonable houses have pools, and I'm like, am I gonna be a person that has a pool? Is that gonna be like my new life?
That sounds pretty good.
Like, little kid me would be screaming, "You need to get a pool," because that was a dream.
But adult you is like,
adult me's like, ew, no.
Like test it and like put stuff in it
all the time. Like, come on. I mean, that's a house. Still, like a pool is a whole like extra level.
You get a pool.
Shut up!
Nobody gets a pool.
No, about me in South Jersey. pool dreams. Well, we lived on a farm, so like, you can't have a pool when you have like fertilizer being sprayed everywhere. It would just be really bad.
Yeah.
And pesticides.
Our house here had a pool before we bought it, but it was like covered up with concrete and filled in.
Oh yeah. Wonder how much that costs.
To fill it in.
Fill in a pool.
They
Oh,
fill-
it's like-
the
it's like
previous
the most
owners filled in the
depressing
pool after a young child was thrown in.
Oh.
thing. Oh my god.
They were like, okay, right?
Did they?
Yes.
were they
Everyone was okay. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know.
I was like, is this
Buy
gonna
that.
get like way too dark for tonight?
No.
Too dark. Okay.
So, we have not yet had a Sonic 3 level, and now we have one, of course, in Hydra City.
Yep.
And if you're going to have a water level, you might as well have the best one of them. It's this one, incidentally. Though I will admit, your choices are not awesome. Water levels all
No.
kind of suck in Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Yep. And the movement in the water levels feels crappy. I mean, it's supposed to, but
Yes, it is sluggish, though, yeah.
it's just like this whole game was about being fast. Can we get on with it? And then you have to worry about drowning. It's just so annoying.
And air.
Speaking of pools, God.
Wait, hold
so
on.
this
Let's
track-
breathe, please. Oh, good.
What?
Wow. I
Except
like
that sound effect is great.
drowning word.
The drowning tension is really good, actually. And as much as we think of Sonic as a game about being fast, which is not wrong, Sonic is a game about learning how to control that speed.
Well, that's easy. Just be in the bubble.
Yeah, optimal. Adding the bubbles to the water level was a really smart addition, honestly. Helps mitigate how absolutely infuriating the water levels are.
Ah,
March 2020, wow. What a time to move.
what a time to move. Oh boy.
Also, I have not been playing my fair share of Final Fantasy XIV, and I need to fix that soon. As soon as I'm done, like, grading.
What's a fair share relative to other people?
Oh, this is gonna be close. There we go.
I haven't been playing enough of anything. 'Cause I've been dealing with various illnesses. And it's like, okay, well, at least I'm keeping my class going.
Oh,
but
we're gonna go breathe
we did our
again. Hold
last
on.
week of readings. Yesterday. Wait, yeah, yesterday. It's Thursday. So the next 2 weeks are just final project presentations, which I'm looking forward to. But I don't have to be like on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
But we have, I don't really love the term like what do they call it, the essay?
Yeah.
Or
I just think
ungrading? Or
it's kind of related to
everything. Unteaching.
Yeah, I don't mind ungrading so much because I like the idea of like dismantling the concept of grading and at least what it's come to stand for a lot of students. But I have already been kind of giving an essay in that sense where like they've always been allowed to do whatever they want. They get to completely develop whatever type of project is meaningful to them. And I'm very big on this. It's like, you know, you can take risks. It doesn't have to be a paper.
Yeah.
And so what I'm very excited about, because I've mentioned this every semester, and this is the first time anybody's taken me up on it, is the composers in my class are both writing new works in the style of early music.
Nice. Love it.
Nice.
And
That's
both of them decided to do motets, which I thought were that's like quite a thing. That's a project, you know, because like if you were gonna do chant, it would be really interesting to like write a new monophonic line, but to like commit yourself to writing multiple texts and
Oh,
you know.
As an aside, I love this. I am in the machine now fighting Robotnik.
yeah,
Idiot.
it's like you're the boss.
I am the boss, yeah. I've got this annoying water move that Robotnik has in one of the early games. And I have to suck him up without getting a bomb. It's like, that's no good. Because the bombs come up a little faster than he does.
It's like a terrible crane game. But yeah, I'm really excited about the students that are writing new stuff. Because the one decided instead of doing a text in like French or something, they're doing a text in Icelandic. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
So it's like drawing on the tradition, but it's not gonna sound like an actual early motet. Like, and I don't want it to necessarily. I want to see what they do with the concept. So I'm really excited for that stuff. But yeah, I've had people like develop curriculum stuff if they're music educators. I've had lecture recital performance type things from the conservatory students, DMA performers and stuff. And man, those folks can really play. So that's like such a treasure for everybody to really get to see them in their element like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really like this remix of the Hydro City level, incidentally.
Yeah, the remix
I love
has
watching
been good.
students perform who are like performers, you know? But like you have them for classes that are not their thing, but then you see them do their performance thing and it's like, I don't know, I get like emotional.
Yeah, I do too.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, especially because like continuing to perform has been an aspect of my life as well. Like it's not like I went into academia and I was like, why?
Exactly. I mean, I kind of was, but not really. I still try, but not lately. But it's so hard for them. So hard for all
Motet. Yes, I would do that.
Always.
Yeah, I'm always excited, and the research on the sort of like essay stuff. It indicates, just like with ungrading, a lot of the concern from folks that are like, okay, it takes a lot of work to implement in the beginning, but the worry is like, well, if you do like ungrading or something, won't students kind of like not do the work? Like, won't they just do the bare minimum and like you'll get really mediocre work? And they're like, no, because like you're putting them into a system where they're really taking ownership over what they're doing, and they're developing these projects that allow them a little bit of creativity and like maybe even space to fail in a way because they're not so connected to like a number, point system letter grade kind of thing.
And students who want to do the bare minimum, like they're going to find a way to do that. You have no control over that at some level.
It's true. And that's where like contract grading gets really interesting because you basically make them tell you what grade do you want in this class, and if you have a kid that's like, I just need a C to pass, maybe I'm a senior or whatever, they can do that.
Yep.
And they tell you exactly how much of the work, and then you agree. It's not like you just accept whatever they give you. You get to like develop the contract with them. In a really large class, I think contract grading might not work. So like when I've taught the 150 person, like, I don't know how well I could do contract grading in a class that size, but...
well, you would just have the contracts be different, right?
I guess? I'm still plotting through how I would do that. I'm working on myself.
My final exam, for instance, and my students know this is coming, they've already been given the lab sheet, so this will be no surprise if anybody is listening. The base video for the streaming class, you can finish it and I'll give you a 70%, and it's very easy. Like, stupidly easy to get a 70. And then I say, here's 16 options you can do and add to your video based on all the lab sheets you've had for the term. Each one you add, I'll add 4% onto your grade. So if you want a 98, you owe me 8 more techniques than the base.
That's nice.
Right, and if all you want is a 76 and you want to get out of here, you can have an easier time.
Hello, Serious Play. We aren't playing Bad Zelda this week. I'm so sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah, we're playing good Sonic instead.
I know y'all were just clamoring for more Wand of Gamelon. I know I was. Or I had to restart it every few minutes because the audio cut out.
I talked Dana out of it, gang, so don't worry. Actually, we're coming up on... we're not coming up on 10:30 just yet. I was going to say, this overall is pretty awesome. Like, just... in general, Sonic Mania is a real success in terms of remixing older Sonic stages. And
music.
It floats between, in my mind, like, it is an official Sonic game, but it functions in my mind as something of a fan effort as well. Also,
Yeah.
weirdly, being supersonic does not help me very much in this particular level.
What?
But we'll get through this here.
But yeah, it's interesting how I did the online pedagogy course a couple years ago when everybody had to go online for the pandemic. So there were a lot of pedagogical concepts like ungrading that I'm like, this is cool, but it was just kind of like in the semester to semester adjunct world. It's like you kind of have to have a moment to breathe to really implement that sort of stuff well. And now I have that moment to breathe. Where I already know that I have a class for fall, so I have an entire summer to maybe play around with this, and then kind of once you get your bearings, it's easier to keep that system going, but I'm really excited about it.
Okay, can we talk about how I finished that with 1 ring? Yes, I'm happy with that.
1 ring to rule them all.
In any case, shortly after Sonic Mania was released, the Japanese main game Sonic team that kind of makes what Dana has described politely as the inconsistent Sonics released Sonic Generations, which is also a remix-themed Sonic game. We'll get to that in a moment. Did you all see that Knuckles got knocked off of the ship, incidentally? It's because Knuckles' route in this particular stage, which is Western-themed and one of the original ones, is completely different for Act 1 than Sonic and Tails, which does follow the Sega Genesis tradition of Knuckles getting a few alternate routes. Lava Reef Zone for Knuckles is completely different. And part of that is just they needed to add expansions. But Sonic and Tails get to fly through Act 1 on the plane. Knuckles is grounded the whole time. Also, Tails' flight cap is adorable.
Yeah. Everything Tails does is adorable. Except when he would get stuck behind stuff and you, needed him to follow you. That's not so adorable. But he as a character is generally adorable. Yeah, this is not leaning into Western tropes at all. This is just purely,
What about that wah 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 wah?
Yeah, just had it, but that wasn't earlier.
In general, though, it's it's the barest nod to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bare minimum. Wow.
Yeah, we do get that. It's no fistful of nickels, I'll tell you that.
Knuckles.
Fistful of knuckles, there you go.
Yeah. We'll try it again.
Zisha on the phone right now.
At the end of this level, you have a gunfight in a brothel. Now I was gonna skip over the Mirage Zone, but now I feel like I have to finish it.
Unforgiven?
No, I've not.
Very, very dark Western.
I like the heat waves in the background. That's cute.
Yeah, it's a nice effect.
Cool.
It's so colorful too.
And the different speed of the clouds, or maybe they're different.
They are, yeah.
Good.
There's a lot going on visually.
Yeah.
But nothing super outside the bounds of what the Sega Genesis could come close to doing, right?
Yeah.
If Shovel Knight is NES Plus, this is clearly still Sega Genesis Plus. It reads like a 32X Sonic game.
Well, and in this one, the mechanic of, you can't fall off the plane, right? He's always under you when you're jumping. Yeah.
See.
So I think it means that you can have this kind of busier background because it's not like you're going, wait, where's the thing I can jump on? The problem we were having last time with not being able to tell background from interactable platforms.
Right. And they're the turtles you can land on,
much.
right?
You just have to be able to tell enemy sprites apart.
I think it's very readable for what it's worth. That's not why I died. I just suck.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get nostalgia mix. Totally.
Absolutely. I thought we were already there.
Big
for the
goodness.
for the CD-ROM era, like the Sega CD, except for this game, which is really less Sega CD and more Sega Genesis writ large. I don't think we're gonna get early CD nostalgia, personally.
I think anything they figure out that there's enough of a market for, we're gonna get.
Market.
We've heard this piece enough, by the way. I'm gonna warp now.
Fine.
Oh, I think in general, I don't think it'll be. Sorry.
Wait, how did I die there?
It won't be like the
And you're dead.
Shovel Knighty. Like we're gonna make a game look like the era. I think in general we might get remakes of stuff from that era where it looks modern.
Yeah, hold on. I'm really mad. I'm just gonna warp past the Mirage Zone now. I'm angry at it.
Mania mode.
Oh, that was a crack in my voice. Hello.
Check
I
out
like
your
it.
Middle Eastern tropism here.
Hello.
In the oil zone, really?
Yes, in the oil ocean zone. That's true to Sonic 2. This is a Sonic 2 stage.
I don't remember the stage at all.
It's the second to last level in Sonic 2.
I don't know. Usually you'll get desert and maybe some oil barrels, but the explicitness of the oil here feels like
It feels like a little bit.
extra.
Yeah,
Is it a lot?
feels weird, man, as they say.
feels weird, man. Oh, and it's on fire.
Lighting the oil on fire and it being bad is new to this game.
Oh.
I do like that little piano. Boom, 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 boom. That little chromatic-y piano line. It's cute.
We're not doing a
My
hard
goodness, this
there.
track.
This is as faithful to the original track as the Chemical Plant Zone track was. Like, this was there in Sonic 2.
Yeah.
And you can probably believe that because, you don't have to take my word for it, if this was scored in 2017, it would be a little more sensitive. Like,
But only a little.
One would hope.
Bum, 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 bum. I like how we did have the American Western right before this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
That juxtaposition is also a little on the nose. Also, because I wanted to be cozy, I'm wearing my VGM Together hoodie, everybody.
Yay!
that's this weekend, y'all know.
Oh my god, there's too many things.
Wait, I don't remember seeing anything of it.
Why do all
It's
the
the staff
things?
event, right?
It's the staff are presenting cool
Yeah.
stuff they've been up to.
Yeah.
Including, we're going to get the premiere of the new Disco Cactus album, which I am pumped
Yeah.
for.
I'm really excited for that.
Full disclosure,
I
I am
know,
a
this makes me
reasonable
sound not
tier paid backer of that album.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to getting my vinyl from them.
I don't remember if I did. I meant to. If I
am a
didn't, it was
paid
purely
backer.
like one of those things where I had a tab open and then didn't do it.
There are very few music groups who are worth a lot more than they charge to
Yeah.
hear their music. That's one of them.
Yeah, they're all such
Doug,
strong
Laura,
musicians.
Sam, and Pete are just incredible people, and it makes you feel good to, like, support them. At least me.
Yeah. And
For sure. And they have good update emails, like, unlike everybody else, like, they just have to do good quality update emails
yeah.
Yes.
for the Kickstarter.
And coming, from me, who pays a lot of attention to these things, it's not just the quality of the playing, it is the arranging that is astonishing with them.
Yes.
Just the transformative power of their arrangements into their idiom.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention Ben. Ben is also
Every single
excellent
time.
and part of the band.
Oh. I'm gonna go get some food real fast, because I didn't eat anything.
What kind of food?
I don't know. Let's see what I have.
Oh, fun. I got Chinese tonight.
Burger. Oh, ow, shit.
So here's our remix of the Oil Ocean theme, which is also like keeping that Middle Eastern trill going on. Notice how now we have smog going on.
Yeah, now we have the effects of all the fossil fuels. So
That's right.
Great. Let's think about climate change, everyone. Julianne's getting basement bread. I love it. Pete, how's your semester wrapping up? Are you done yet? Hey, Dominic. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Desolation of smog. Nice, Andrew.
The smog is going to keep coming back. Eventually, it's going to start taking our rings away and hurting us.
Get it, though? Desolation of smog?
Yes, yes, yes. Pulling on the chains to delay a time-based mechanic comes to us from the Sandopolis zone in Sonic & Knuckles, as does this, like, Middle Eastern tropism.
Oh, I don't know why it's censoring the word brothel. It showed up to me. And
It censored brothel?
Apparently. It's not showing up as a blocked term or anything. Fighting climate change and pollution. Go, Sonic, go. Okay. Kate's presenting at Ludo this weekend. The wonderful Wingspan paper.
Oh, nice.
With Avian Chaos. Angie in Chicago for next week or so. Yeah, I just did a score for their ensemble on quick turnaround.
Nice.
It was just like a transcribe off of the original notation so that it looks clean kind of thing. So it's not like I had to do any arranging. But...
It's amazing how much the fog distorts the graphics, by the way.
Yeah. Oh man, made it to 5 a.m. this morning. I didn't even try to wake up because I'm operating on so little sleep from the week. Josephine has been like really fussy at night because of the congestion. Like during the day, she's like happy and playing and normal. And
I was going to say, you have new mom energy, by which I mean new mom lack of energy still.
Yeah, she's been inconsolably like crying at night, and then the only way to get her calm is to like lay her on your chest to sleep, because then her head is a little bit upright. I think it helps. So, and having her on me either in the bed or on like the nursing recliner chair thing, it's like I don't sleep great. I have a very shallow sleep if she's sleeping on me. I can't really fall asleep the same way, so. But yeah, I've been trying to nurse her back to health, and then, Joe was sick, so. Although Joe's easy. I just got Joe like a Dairy Queen Blizzard, and he was happy. He's mostly just sounded really congested and had headaches. But now it's catching up to me, and I'm like, cool. Originally, I was like, well, maybe they just caught what I had, but they have different symptoms. I should have known.
Yeah.
It's something else entirely. Yeah, I can't believe you got up at 5. I like, maybe if my family weren't sick, I would have tried. I really want to try to get up at, I think if I calculated right, 6 tomorrow to see George Reed's paper, because George is a delight, and did all of my channel art for Twitch.
Yeah, gosh, Dana's new channel art for Twitch is so good.
It's so good, and if you want to see it, I'm going to stream it too tomorrow.
Are you?
I haven't decided what. I think what I might do is kind of an introduction to the concept is go through one of my articles. Like maybe the Tetris one,
nice.
Just as like a proof of concept. Twitch.tv/musicologists. But yeah, my channel art is amazing. 2 p.m.
When
Eastern.
are you doing that? Oh, 2?
Yeah, and it's gonna be for now at least. We're gonna give this a try. This is me trying to see if the UK people can participate. Obviously, there's not going to be any time that is safe for everybody. Not safe, but empty for everyone. But I'm going to try to see if this will work. And if it's terrible, then I'll change. If I get really, really low,
Yeah.
or I get a lot of reports of people teaching at that time. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
also
teach then.
Ludo's
I'll be an
still
audience
happening.
member. I'm
Well,
excited.
yeah. This week Ludo
Well, it might be like done-ish.
might
but
be
still.
Ludo
finishing
finishes
up,
right
but
at
yeah.
2 o'clock, actually.
Yeah.
Or at least it did today. I haven't looked at
Yeah.
the schedule.
So
I need to
see how it
keep
goes.
doing the extra time change for Central in my brain.
And then I'm gonna continue doing the stream into obviously all year round, but in the summer I'm gonna do my video game course in it. And
Nice.
so in addition to doing sort of the literature review, and I'll go over stuff that's related to what we're reading in that class. Hopefully I'll have some of you on to discuss stuff with me, maybe even take questions from my students. But the other component I'm going to add for when I do it for the class is we're going to do like kind of real time, take a piece of video game music and like do practice analysis, because I make my non-majors do analysis. And it's really rewarding. So you get a lot of, well, I'm not a musician, I don't know this stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
first of all, you show them how much they do know about music.
Yeah.
They just don't necessarily have the vocabulary for, and then just having like a lot of opportunities to practice, they'll feel a lot more empowered in doing those analyses. But
I
they've
have
always shown a
found
lot of growth.
that my non-majors don't know how to articulate what they know, but they know a lot.
They know a lot, so we draw on that knowledge. They've always grown a lot, and that's why I keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I thought this would be kind of a neat thing where I could just like take tracks and then kind of live be like, okay, just like really, really easy, like, okay, is this in major or minor or a mode, or like what are we hearing here? Like, let's describe like what instruments we're hearing and the texture and the harmony, and
I do that
Whatever.
with majors.
yeah, whatever seems
Even
interesting
so,
about
yeah.
each one.
After this stage, by the way, I think we're going to jump to Sonic Generations quickly, because I don't ever want to spend a whole week on that, and we've kind of spent the whole week on this now. But I do want to experience, like, what the bad version of trying to remake all the Sonic levels is, and Generations kind of does that.
It sounds fun. Yeah, so
Because
it's gonna be fun.
I don't know how well you can all tell from watching me play. I love this game. I'm having a blast here. Generations, which is the 3D, 2D hybrid game, doesn't give me the same vibes of, like, this is clearly awesome.
Yeah.
And it's better than most of the 3D Sonic games, but it's still not perfect. And I haven't yet pinned down for myself why I feel that's the case. I'm wondering if music is a little bit of the part of that here. Because all of the remixes here have been stellar.
Oh, Dark Sword, we want to hear why they get classic wrong. Control and physics.
The
Tirade.
classic
Okay.
stages in Sonic Generations control badly. Yes, absolutely they do. The 2D stages there just don't feel good. I remember the percussion instructor at Iowa State, Barry Larkin. He had an independent study student he joked about. He said, "How come people always bop their heads when you play, but no one like grooves out when I get on the drum kit?" And he slowed this percussion player's drumming down to like 1/32 the speed, like he recorded him. And at that speed, you could clearly tell he was not hitting his notes evenly. Of course, this drum professor, who's been working for 40 years in the field, he was like an amazing person, does it every time perfectly, right? And he was like,
Right.
yeah, you're off. You need to practice more. That's why people don't do this when you play. If you want that, you need to just, like,
Damn.
be good.
It's funny.
Nice.
Where am I going? Is it in here? It is in here. But I want to finish this stage before we move, because there's a cool Sonic CD reference. Which
Also,
of the...
it looks like Hardman and Mega Man.
It does, for
The-
sure.
The like
Or Stone Man
popcorn,
from Mega Man 5.
caramel corn bricks.
Yeah, we got some volcano, so
Doesn't that remind you of like Boy Scout tins of caramel corn that they would sell?
This is
Wow.
also one of the tracks of music I can only hear with the overclocked remix
I didn't know
lyrics
Boy
as well.
Scouts sold stuff.
Oh yeah,
What do you mean? Boy Scouts sell popcorn. Yeah.
they do the popcorn, and the one is caramel and the one is cheese. And
Oh yeah, I feel like I've
what's
had that.
the
I
third
didn't
one?
know
Is it just
Boy
regular?
Scout.
Yeah, they sell regular popcorn too.
Because I remember we would get, and it was a tin, but it would have a divider in
Yeah, the three-pronged
Yeah.
popcorn giant tin, yeah. Grandmother
Yes.
always had that.
Nowhere near as good as the cookies that the Girl Scouts sell, although the cookies keep getting more and more expensive.
Hold on, we're gonna...
No, they changed distributors a billion times. Oh my goodness.
And Aldi actually has really good fakes. I don't know if it's like the same baker or what, but they have like really good, basically Thin Mints and Samoas, and it's like, oh no, I don't need the Girl Scouts anymore.
Fuck them kids.
So now if I buy them from the Girl Scouts, it's more symbolic
There you go.
than I need your cookie.
Yeah.
I don't know the Lost World soundtrack.
The Sonic Lost World soundtrack?
Yeah, Sonic Lost World, not Jurassic.
I don't know what that is.
I have
all.
not played Sonic Lost World. I bought it for Oliver. Only Oliver has played it. It is the Super Mario Galaxy kind of rip-off Sonic game.
Oh. Boy.
So what's really cool about this is that the Lava Reef Zone turns into the Quartz Quadrant from Sonic CD.
Oh, cute.
And listen, the music has all switched too.
Whoa.
So now we have the conveyor belts from Quartz Quadrant. And the music now is a hybridization between Quartz Quadrant and Lava Reef, which I love.
You know what zone has just absolutely gorgeous music is friggin' Marble.
Is it Hidden
Zone.
Palace?
The Marble. No, the Marble one.
Okay, the
is it just
conveyor
Marble
belt
Zone?
stuff comes from Quartz Quadrant, Shark. But you're right, the music might be Hidden Palace.
It's very, David Wise energy here.
Very David Wise energy. I don't know what I mean by that, but
That's how I respond to everything, so that's why I'm laughing so hard.
Shark is
the
right, this is
Marble-
Hidden Palace Zone from Sonic and Knuckles. The mechanics, though, are
Marble
Quartz
Zone that I'm
Quadrant.
thinking of. Specifically, it's Smooth McGroove's version of the Marble Zone is so beautiful.
Huh.
I should link it. I'll link it in chat. As I rock out.
And visually, like, a lot of this is Quartz Quadrant feeling as well from the Sonic CD game. Ah!
Bloop, bloop.
Hey, the kitty.
Kitty.
It gets hard.
Kitty.
Alright.
Kitty.
In any case, now that you've seen this, let's jump to Sonic Generations, which is a much worse game, sadly.
It's a kitty sighting.
Cat. Hi, Molly.
Oh, quickly, Mighty's mechanic as he slams into the ground. Ray's mechanic is so good. Check this out. He can just fly through the whole level. But he's a weird glider. He's not Tails, right? But he can do this infinitely.
Is he a flying squirrel?
Yes.
I like the redemption of the highlight message. Just to say cat.
It's important.
It's so important.
I want to hear this layered on the Zeals.
Yeah,
theme.
I've
Oh
not
my
heard that layered on the
gosh.
Zeal theme. That's awesome. Have I heard it? Is it on
I
OC
wanna hear
Remix? I've heard all your
Hear it
stuff there.
now.
I mean, I have to
How
load up
would
Sonic
you get it?
Generations.
Even over Hidden Palace, I don't care. That's great. It's not on OCR. Darn it! I would listen to that right now.
Well,
Right the heck now.
you know where it's going to get posted is the Final Fantasy XIV Discord server. So if you were there, Dana...
I hear it's free to play up to level 60 or something.
It is. Yeah, let's queue up Sonic Generations and see what's up. I'm going to make sure that Oliver hasn't messed with my settings. He's probably erased my save game. That's okay.
Corridors of Time is the giant
Children.
steps of BGM. I love Corridors of Time. Who doesn't? It's impossible not to love.
We want that. We want that.
Like, if somebody told me, like, oh, I just don't like that track, that would give me a lot of pause about their character.
Right?
Sega.
Oh my gosh. So fun.
All right. That's awesome. Yes. Send it. Here's Sonic Generations coming up on the stream, and then I'll share it over Discord as well.
I kind of want to... There's a couple Sonic-related things I want to listen to as well. That we should just pull up, like this.
All right.
Because it slaps.
So Sonic Generations is a game about time travel. Classic Sonic meets Dreamcast era Sonic, as you can see from the title screen. Oh, thanks, Oliver. Look, I have a save file. Let's see how much of one I have. I have a save file of the first 2 stages and the first 2 stages only. Oliver's amazing. Okay. Well, that's good, because if we want to talk about this as a remix... You ready?
Whoa.
That's a cool level choose thing.
Hold on. Where is Act 1? There we go. It is a cool... So the idea is that Sonic's timeline has been erased, and we have to track it down, right? So we start out as Dreamcast Modern Sonic, and then as we unlock more, like we can explore Green Hill Zone up there and do lots of challenges. It's a cool stage select thing. The game is reasonable. Here's Act 1, the 3D version of the stage, if memory serves. Yes.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I see.
Whoa. Forward.
Oh, I hate the 3D Sonics. That's part of the problem. They just, like...
This one is the best. It's not close. This is the best 3D Sonic game.
Yeah, a lot of them I'm just like, this style of gameplay doesn't appeal to me.
Oh, well, so what I can't fix is if you don't like 3D games generally, this is not for you, right? But as a translation of what you're supposed to do in a Sonic title, this is pretty awesome.
The Sonic version of 3D, I find it too fast.
It is too fast.
And I don't know, it feels chaotic and sloppy to me.
I will note this is no faster or difficult to manage than the 2D Sonic is, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know, it's like visually it's very chaotic for me. Yeah, I might also be more okay if I'm playing. I've mostly only watched like...
It's like, I get car sick unless I'm driving. I think it's
right.
Right.
Or like what Steve Reale talking about how obnoxious the automaton is unless you're the one holding it.
Sorry. With that knowledge, I'll just play it louder and worse.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, yeah, you never want to give it up when you're the one holding it.
It's your only reprieve.
Yeah.
I take a little bit of offense that he had that reaction based on experiencing me play the automaton.
Well, you take it up with him.
At the same time, he's not wrong.
68 business months.
What in the Mario Kart lottery sound was that?
Oh no, I went so fast I crashed the damn thing.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like...
Gotta go fast, they say.
Yeah.
You went a little too fast to the sun.
I did. I'm gonna close it and then restart it and show you the 2D version. When it's working though, that 3D version, again, there's a certain amount of can you faithfully translate that material to 3D? Maybe the answer is no, right?
It's true, the music is not crashing.
My task manager window is overlapping my game window, and they don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. How do I fix this?
I'm just vibing. to the music.
It's like ska.
I was just
Green
gonna
Hill
say,
Zone.
got some ska.
Yeah, this
to
is
it.
not very
Makes me feel
fast.
like
All of you are right.
Cool.
Voice meter has crashed, so I'm about to lose sound for a lot of things.
No.
And hold on, give me 1 second here.